Good morning, Cancer. I feel like if some of you were kind of having a tough time of it in your last reading, I kind of feel like you've got your shiz together again. And now, perhaps, I definitely feel a little bit more like the way it's coming through is like, I'm going to stop stressing about all the things that I have to do, all the things other people want me to do. I'm going to do what I can do, when I can do it, in my own damn time. And I'm going to factor in self care as part of my job list. Like on my job list, like self care tasks are going to be part of that because I have to look after myself before I can look after everybody else. This is the energy that's coming through Cancer. And I feel like it's getting you out of that kind of they're showing me sort of like Robin Hood, the Disney cartoon. There's that tortoise that kind of like goes into its shell. They're sort of showing me that imagery of someone like I think he goes into his shell and shakes at one point. They're kind of showing me that imagery of like you being like, it's too much, I'm retreating into my shell. And then but this is a lot more steady. It's a lot more like I'm going to pace myself. I'm only going to do what I'm able to do. I'm not going to worry about the things I can't do. I'm going to prioritize. And yeah, factoring in things like, even if it's just like painting your nails. I think I was a mess last time I did your reading, or like do making my hair nice, like whatever it is. Like, I mean, my hair's not nice. It definitely needs a haircut, getting a haircut, that could be like one of the jobs on your list. It's not selfish to look after yourself and make yourself feel good, because the better your energy is, the more you can care for others. That's kind of what's coming through, and I think you're getting the hang of this now. What else do I have for you? Loads of intuitive songs. I got bored by Billie Eilish. I'm so bored. So I don't know if that could be for something. Charity by Skunk and Anansie. I don't want your charity twisting me around. I don't want your charity holding me down. Chew on my heart. Come on, chew on my heart. Come on, chew on my... I can feel your touch. Sleep is so tough. You had another song actually that came through as I went for my little morning walk this morning that was about not being able to sleep. I'll try and remember it and get that written down. I'll just write a note for myself. Sleep song. Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol. Isn't that another one about not being able to sleep? And then I could hear singing. I could hear a song. Now, it's not a song I know. It's not a song I've ever heard before. I don't know if somebody's writing a song. Maybe somebody's writing a song for you. It was really nice. I've not tried to Google the lyrics yet, but it could just be an existing song that I don't know. But some of the lyrics that I got, I think I've got them pretty accurate. It was something like, I don't understand the meaning of it, but it was, I'm close, just like I'm scarred. Not scared, scarred. I'm close, just like I'm scarred. And then when I wake, you'll leave. It was like I'm afraid or something. But like I can specifically remember, when I wake, you'll leave. It was quite a slow song. It sounded quite acoustic. So that could be for somebody. It's really interesting when I get things through that I don't know. Like if I get something in a different language and I go and look it up and I'm like, oh, it's a thing. Yeah, it was really nice though. Or like, I don't know, I kind of want to be able to listen to the song. Then what else did you get? I was getting through cowboy things or country music. So a few different country music references, like I saw an advert for country music, and a couple of songs came on that had this country influence, like Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? And then that Christmas song that's just come out by Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani. Blake Shelton's kind of got that country twang, hasn't he? And from this, I sort of pictured the magician card, and then instead of it being the magician card, I was getting Maverick really, really strongly and insistently. Maverick, Maverick, Maverick. Now, my first instinct kind of was Top Gun. I think that's Tom Cruise's name in Top Gun, right? Maverick. It's his like code name. But I feel like they corrected me and they were giving me Mel Gibson. I'm pretty sure, again, I haven't looked it up. I've not done my research today, Cancer, I'm so sorry. But I'm pretty sure Mel Gibson was in a film called Maverick, and he was like a card player. And they're showing me I think it was this coming through yesterday again for um Gemini card tricks. Yeah, it was. It was like somebody was a magician, card tricks. So I don't know if this is a bit of spillover from Gemini's reading. Maverick. And from that, they also gave me like they just gave me like Western type things. They were giving me Wild Wild West by Will Smith, and then a bit of a weird one, but they were giving me it keeps showing to me on YouTube. I keep seeing it, and I'm like, why are you showing me that? But it was like Dolly Parton in this Western thing, and she's right. I'm sorry to say, like the name of it is something like The Best Whorehouse or something. I'm like I've seen it. I don't know. It must be from a film. Um, so I don't know what all this is, but I think Maverick as well. There's something in that film where he goes to one of those reputable businesses. So there's something there for somebody, like Cowboys, Maverick, I don't know, Wild Wild West. Also, you randomized song on Spotify today, and I've only got one because I had kind of like a few. I've kind of got this overall picture from all the songs I was listening to. So I didn't want to kind of pull too many songs and get too deep into anything. But your one randomized song this morning was Mr. Jones by Counting Crows. So what I'm getting from this, it's so funny as well because I was kind of seeing the orphan card in my head. I was getting this orphan energy through again. Now, it doesn't have to literally be an orphan. I'll go into the explanation in a minute of what it means. But when I pulled like this, right, okay, they're showing me the warrior as well, the orphan and the warrior apparently. When I picked up this deck, like I tip it out of its box, and I tipped it out into my hand, and it was the orphan, the mirror underneath as well, and the healer. Okay, right, I don't know why they're showing me all these other cards, but we might be having one of those readings where I just don't have any control over it and they just do their own thing. But it was the orphan card that I wanted to talk about today, because I was picturing it when I was listening to this Counting Crows song. Now, my heart just pulled so strongly. Now, the orphan card, it doesn't mean a literal orphan. It just means somebody who is, it's kind of like somebody who either has like attachment issues for me, or there's some kind of love void, an emotional void there, like this person's reaching out because they need love. And it's like you can be, this is kind of from this card and the Counting Crows song, is like you could be in a room full of people and still feel lonely, because you have, I don't know, it could be something to do with like the connections that you're making with people. They're not fulfilling that emotional need that you have. It's like the need for a mother's love almost, isn't it? The need for unconditional love, the need for people who have got your back and will support you, and give you that like tough love, that kind of father energy. So there is like, I feel like somebody has this need for this kind of unconditional love. Because that song Mr. Jones by Counting Crows, it's like two mates in a bar, and they're sat there saying, looking at all these girls, and they're kind of going, oh, if I was famous, if I was rich, I could have one of those girls. They'd be interested in me if I was rich and famous. And then, but there's this emptiness with that song as well. You have to go and listen to it. It's like, and the just to kind of mention on Spotify as well, the behind the lyrics that it posts on there. I've read that as well for this song. So it's like, it's wanting, it's almost like saying, it's having that feeling of like this need for this kind of love, but thinking if I was rich and famous, everybody would love me. But perhaps it's not, perhaps you've achieved some level of success and you're getting the attention, but it's still not fulfilling that need. It's like the wrong kind of attention. Maybe people are only interested in you now because of the money, because of the fame, and you'd like, well, who are my true friends in that case? Or who, are people just gold diggers, or whatever this is? So are they just using me for my influence, perhaps? This kind of thing, if you've got some kind of social media presence. I feel like this snake is this protective energy around you, though. you know, spiritual energy that is guiding you, that is keeping you safe. You've got this Ouroboros energy here, Ouroboros here, snake on this card. I feel like there's a warrior behind this orphan. Um, I'm feeling like this is this energy, this determination. It's almost like self-reliance, self-survival, because perhaps you've had to rely on yourself for so long, so it's hard to kind of allow somebody in, perhaps. I mean, there is a healing rainbow up there. It feels like determination behind this energy. And then I feel like this healer over here is a different energy, because if you look here, like this snake energy, these two cards, sorry, I'm getting really distracted, and these two cards are very, very similar. It's almost like this is protecting this egg shape here, but this is where all the light and the energy and the warmth and the passion, these like creative colors of these warm pinks and reds and oranges and yellows, so like this is where the love is, and this snake energy is trying to heal this energy. I mean, it could all be within you, but I've seen it as two different people. But this is like behind. It's like this is almost like the battery pack powering this person through. Yeah, so Mr. Jones, believe in me because I need something to believe in. Believe in me. I believe in you, Cancer. Do you know you're my Cowboys now? Cancer Cowboys, I believe in you. You've got this. You can do this. Right, okay, next. I'm going to, just when I go off screen to tune into the energies, I'm going to put all these back in, kind of all, look as well. I can't believe that. I'm actually a little bit shocked, like, because I sort of flung all these other cards out of the way. There was a reading a while back, I can't remember who it came through for, where these two cards came out together, and around that time I kept seeing these two cards, and it was like this energy, it was like it was the same energy, like the darkness that this person felt, that emptiness, and then this light burning inside, like powered by this, right, like powering through this rainbow, these rainbow colors, like this person finding their true self, their authentic self, and radiating from within. It's like finding the thing that they'd lost, finding the thing that they didn't have. The consecutive as well, at 4 and 5, and 10. My cards are a mess. Right, so I am going to put these in separately. I always feel awful separating certain cards. Like I never want to separate the Emperor and the Empress, and I never want to separate the Orphan and the Eternal Child, like, because I feel like this card is such a healing card for this one. So yeah, but I'm going to separate them, and they can come out again together if they want to. So yeah, I'm gonna shuffle this deck before I actually start to pull cards for your full reading, because I feel like that could just be a message for one person, perhaps. Just that as well, like the inner temple, like the body is the temple, right? People could be looking after their body. I'm going to stop because I feel like I'm going into a different reading here than what I intended to do for you. I am going to pull out a Christmas song though for you, because this is my Christmas set of readings. So Merry Christmas if I don't see you again beforehand. Just to kind of say as well, there's some big planetary action going on in the skies at the moment. We've got Jupiter and Saturn, who are big, slow-moving planets. They shift between the signs between, I think it's every two to 5 years, something like this, depending on which planet it is. Very big, slow-moving planets. One takes 20 years to get around the chart. One takes like 30 years to get around the chart, something like this. So they have quite a big effect globally. They've been in Capricorn for a while, and Saturn in Capricorn especially means we've gone through a period of like the status quo being in charge, kind of that learning tough love life lessons. It's kind of quite a controlling fatherly energy for the planet. So hard life lessons is the name of the game for the past few years. These two big planets though are moving into Aquarius. Now when they move into Aquarius, Aquarius is a sign about innovation, communicating in new ways. It's quite democratic as well. It's more community based, where Capricorn is more authoritative. So there could be big shifts in the energy over the next few years. Hopefully, right, getting out of 2020, leaving the past behind us, moving into this kind of forward-thinking 2021 energy of Aquarius. So the 17th and the 19th are when these two planets move, and on the 21st, they're actually going to be aligned together in Aquarius for the first time in 800 years. So it's quite a big deal. So we may find just before Christmas, we may feel these shifts. It's funny as well because I'm just going to tidy up the cards while I talk about this, just to kind of save a little bit of time. So it's funny because I've definitely been feeling this big increase in the energies. Like it feels, especially towards the tail end of the last set of readings, the energy just got really overwhelming for me. I was getting migraines. I just felt so overwhelmed and drained, and like I just wanted to kind of disconnect from the universe because the energy was just so overpowering. So I had a bit of a tough time with it last week, and it's funny because I'm seeing other readers as well also having this kind of difficult period. Santaro, who I absolutely love, and I've really missed her while she's been away. She's had a bit of you can go and watch her channel, she's got a video explaining it, but she's had a bit of a tough time, and she was also talking about like this strange energy, like things happening in a weird way, and feeling this kind of overwhelm from the energy. So definitely other people picking up on it. I think technical issues as well she was talking about, and I know Awakening to Spirit had a technical issue yesterday. So definitely some weird things going on with the universe right now that I don't know, the energy is just very, very strange and very overwhelming. So I did want to have a break myself, quite frankly, because it was getting too much emotionally for me, because if you think about it, you're kind of tuning into everybody's energies. You're tuning into when I do these readings, like for you guys coming to it, you just normally watch for your reading. So I'm a Cancer, I'm going to watch Cancer, that kind of thing. But for me, I'm going through each sign and picking up on multiple stories. Some of them are really, really emotional. So tuning into all these very overwhelming energies. And I always ask for the best possible message to come through that's going to do the most good. So the person who needs it most. So emotionally, it's a lot to handle. And I do get very emotionally drained from it sometimes. So I don't know why I'm sharing this right now. Maybe Cancer, you're the first water sign that I've done in this set of readings. I feel like you can understand emotional overwhelm. Okay, stop talking, woman. Let's get the Christmas song for you. Okay, so I'm randomizing from the Christmas hits. I thought, Christmas theme this week. What's nearly 20 minutes in already. I'm sorry, Cancer. I don't know what's going to be on this playlist. I've got it on randomize, so complete surprise to me as it is for you. All I know is it's going to be a Christmas theme song. So random song for Cancer, please. Random song for Cancer. Oh, Kelly Clarkson again, Underneath the Christmas Tree. I swear there's like hundreds of songs on here. I don't know why the same ones always come out. Pretty sure Aries got this as well. It's almost like All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's that kind of message behind that song. So could be feeling this way. It could be that you're interested in a specific someone, you want to spend Christmas with them, or it could be just that you want a particular family member to be there at Christmas that you're missing. So I don't know, go and maybe have a listen to that song, have a pause, listen to that song, see if there's any meaningful lyrics in there for you, or if it just evokes a certain mood that is helpful to you. And I will be back with you to pull some cards, hopefully in a more controlled manner than the way that deck was acting, and we'll find out what's going on for you and hopefully get some nice advice for you, Cancer. Back with you in a minute. And we're back. I forgot one of my notes that I just forgot at the tail end there. I was getting a pinch on my upper right arm, like a very insistent pinch. So whether somebody's pinched your right arm quite hard, or whether it could be that you've got a bruise there. It felt tender, like when you've got a raw bruise, like a fresh bruise, and it's got that ache to it. Or it could be that I was getting this impression of someone like grabbing you, possibly like somebody grabbing you by the upper arm, or you could have done that to somebody else, but there's this feeling of being grabbed by the upper right arm. you know, very, very tightly so that it pinches and leaves a bruise, which I don't like at all. Like, I don't like when people physically prevent me from moving, or physically, even if it's like I could be walking with the beast, who's my partner, you know, not the devil, it's just what I call him, like Beauty and the Beast, which doesn't make sense because I'm Cinderella, but never mind. But I could be walking and like going to cross a road, and he can grab my arm to pull me back because, you know, he's worried about cars or whatever. But I hate it so much. I'm like, don't grab me, don't grab me. And obviously it's, you know, people do these things for instinctive protective reasons a lot of the time, but I don't like being grabbed. So I don't know, perhaps that's a message for somebody. Perhaps somebody's grabbed you like that, they've left a bruise. I don't like it though. So I just flung that. I don't know. Maybe somebody's done that and you've lost your temper, have thrown something. Like, ugh. Well, there you go then. Let's pull some cards for you. So, wonder what's going on for Cancer today. I'm going to find out. Oh my God, look, he's on the bottom as well. Like I told you, Cowboys, Justice, Libra. I think that's Clint Eastwood, right? Is it Clint Eastwood? Yeah, that's Clint Eastwood. I'm going to find out who the major players are in your story today. So as I say, if anything doesn't resonate, just leave it, because it's the most important message for the person who needs to hear it. I do ask for general messages as well, so there should be something in here, but anything that doesn't resonate, don't force it to fit. Let's find out who are the major players today in Cancer's reading. Can I just get a few cards, please? Not too many. The major players in Cancer's reading today, please. The major players in Cancer's reading today. My crown chakra is going crazy, by the way. The major players in Cancer's reading today. Do you know, I feel like that is somebody for me. Just a second. No, I'm expecting a couple of knocks on the door today, so just kind of keeping a lookout. The major players, thank you. More Libra energy. Could definitely be dealing with a Libra. Judgment card there. Anyone else, please? Who are the major players in Cancer's reading today? Who are we dealing with? Okay, who is Cancer in their own reading today, please? Who is Cancer in their own reading today? No. Card would be nice, please. That is too many. I'm not taking that many. Oh, Salma Hayek on the bottom there. Very nice. Major players, please. Cancer's reading today. Come on, Cancer. Are you just in your own shell? Are you in your shell? Do your own thing. Saying, I'm not dealing with anyone else. Anyone else that you want to talk about today in Cancer's reading? Last chance. No, maybe that one. Maybe there's a Knight of Wands that you're dealing with. Queen of Wands there. So you could be definitely dealing with somebody who is a bit fiery. But no, you're hermiting. You're hermiting, Cancer. So either this is you, and you're only thinking about yourself, putting yourself first, having some kind of rebirth, or you are dealing with one person, and you're only interested in dealing with one person. So it's one or the other. That Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands character, not interested in that at the moment. So, excuse me. Yeah, so Libran energy can also be Scorpio energy for me, depending on the mood. It's kind of like karma energy. So people getting the just desserts, people getting the reward and recognition that they deserve, people letting things go that aren't working for them anymore. Can be a card about vengeance if you're talking about karma, but I tend to say that vengeance, karma should be dished out by the universe, not by people, because if a person tries to get some kind of revenge, it's for me, it's a negative energy, and all you're doing is putting that negative energy out into the world that will cycle back and come back at you. So you don't want to keep yourself in a negative spiral. So I think that forgiving and moving on and living your best life and letting go of anything negative is a much more healthy way to be, and it generates better karma to come back for you. So definitely you could be cutting something out here, really standing on your own 2 feet, really finding your own your own power, your own power source. You could be doing that orphan thing of like, all that love that I have, I'm going to pour it back into myself. I'm putting myself first. I'm focusing on me now. It does have a kind of rebirth feel to it. It's a bit like perhaps you were overgiving in the past to other people. You always put other people before yourself, but now it's like, no, it's time for me now. It could be that you're going having a makeover, getting a new wardrobe, doing a new fitness routine, and coming out and being like, do you know what? I look damn good now. I really have taken care of myself. I feel good. Like I feel healthy. I feel like I look good, I'm making the best of myself, and being in this kind of like, I'm ready for a new start energy. I'm ready for a new life. I'm ready for this rebirth. It's like coming out of the cocoon, it almost feels like. So really, really good energy there for you. Could also mean that you are dealing with some kind of contracts or some kind of legal situation. Could be the court system, could be like legal contracts. If you're buying a house, you have to sign mortgage agreements, this kind of thing. So there could be some kind of paperwork or a formal authority that you're dealing with here in some way as well, that can also indicate this. Okay. Right, then, what would you like to tell me? Tell me a little bit about the story for Cancer today. Why is Judgment here? Tell me about the story. The mentor. Eros in the bottom as well there. Definitely, there's an underlying love interest. There's an underlying romance here, but it's not the main... It's not the main message of the reading. It's this background noise. So the mentor... I mean, it depends. You could be mentoring someone else. Somebody could be mentoring you. It could be the same energy. It could be that this person has a mentor. It could be that this is the same person or somebody's dealing with this. Interesting as well that it's number 6, because I think we had 4, didn't we? 4 and 5 was the orphan and the eternal child, and now we have the mentor. So it's almost like perhaps somebody has done some growing up, somebody's learnt some lessons, perhaps they can now guide others. I'm really noticing the owl here. Obviously, like owls are to do with knowledge, the mentor knowledge, makes sense, right? But I'm noticing the breadth of this owl's wings. It's almost like this protective energy coming through. Somebody wrapping their arms around you. It could be spirit, right? It could be the universal energy wrapping its protective arms around you. Maybe you're inside that shell, and then like somebody picks up the tortoise inside the shell and gives them a big hug. I mean, you're the crab, but I don't know why you're coming through as a tortoise today. Tortoise is like Knight of Pentacles energy. Again, it's somebody... I'm getting this sense of you like taking your time with something, taking your time, doing it right, not allowing yourself to feel rushed or pressured to... it's like you're really prioritizing the important things, and really kind of getting them right. Like, it's almost like I can only invest my time so much. So I know that if I invest my time on this project now, it's going to be worth it. It's going to pay off in the future. I don't want to be distracted by any other like niggly little energies. I need to keep focused on this. I need to keep focused on this project, because this project is really important. I need to see it through to the end, and I need to get it right, is the way that this is coming through. Sorry, I just keep needing to check my window today. It's like I keep getting like mail coming from the neighbours and things, and I'm like, is that for me? Is that for me? Right, let's read the mentor. Oh, also, before I do, again, I'm getting a sense of like going through a bit of a portal here with the Judgment card. The Judgment's phoenix energy, death and rebirth, a new life coming out of the cocoon. It's almost like this mentor is like guiding. It's like, no, this isn't your path. Don't look over here. This isn't your path. Don't get distracted by the stuff up here. There's nothing there for you. I'm going to create this. It's almost like somebody's creating tunnel vision for you. This person's kind of like, it's almost like putting blinkers on you and keeping you focused. It's like, don't worry about everything else. Just like focus on this space here. Like, go, this is what you need to focus on right now. Do you see what I mean? Um, it's like here, perhaps this is why we've got like Eros and these this wand energy underlying your reading. Perhaps this is what it is for you. It's wand energy can be about what you're passionate about, what fires you, what motivates you. So it's almost like this is your passion, your heart space, perhaps. It's like focus. It's almost like this is saying focus on the things that are important to you. Focus on what makes you happy, what sings to your soul. Don't worry about everybody else. I really like actually now that one card has come out for you. 20. They're giving me it takes two, babe, because 20 breaks down to a 2. So I really feel like you're doing it. You're kind of like doing it on your own. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever this project is, whatever this goal is, it's like you're doing it on your own. You're standing on your own 2 feet. You're making it happen. You're not being codependent on anyone else. But there is this energy that's like a guide for you. Now, whether this is like somebody who's passed over, a spiritual ancestor, whether it's some kind of literal mentor, perhaps, perhaps it's like if you were in the AA, you'd have a mentor. That's the Alcoholics Anonymous, not Automobile Association, but you never know. You never know where you find your mentors, right? Yeah, so this mentor is like keeping you focused on your goals. It's like don't get really seeing the wings as like blinkers, like on a horse. Like you see them on like police horses and stuff, or if people have to take the horses onto the road, they put the blinkers on to keep the horse focused and to kind of block out all the stuff that's going on around them, the kind of chaos around them. It's really coming through as like keep focused. I'm going to read from the book though and see what the book has to say. Also going to grab my coffee because everything's better with coffee, right? Okay, there's an apple. Just to kind of show you on the book here, there's an apple on here. So maybe something to do with health as well, like an apple a day keeps the doctor away, or perhaps apples are particularly significant for you for some reason at the moment. The teacher, the sage, the guru. I'm just going to pick that up so you can see it as I'm talking. Excuse me. It is right. Okay, perhaps I'm getting throat chakra stuff now. Perhaps somebody's finding something difficult to say. It is said that cosmic knowledge pours down on the world like a great illuminated waterfall. This can be an overwhelming force. I was talking about feeling overwhelmed. Like that's what it feels like, like the raging power of a waterfall. Like, and I was talking about how the energy from the universe at the moment feels like the energy behind the readings feels overpowering. And like other readers have picked up on that as well. The true teacher, though, is said to be able to hold this flow of wisdom at bay while the student sips from a focused stream. The mentor archetype has a gift for reading the room, for sensing the exact ingredient that will stimulate growth within the student, whether pleasant or painful. Again, it's coming through as that like Saturn energy. The mentor may appear aloof or available, harsh or tender, humorous or rigid. Their gift is to know what serves the soul. Ultimately, the mentor is in service of the greater cosmic good and aids in the elevation of consciousness. Anytime the mentor forgets this humble link and mistakes themselves for the source of the enlightenment, the archetype falls into shadow. Well, I'm good because your friendly neighborhood tarot card reader, I know that I know nothing. like sometimes people talk to me about it. They're like, "Oh, that reading you did, it really connected." And they sort of want like advice from me, and I'm like, I can't give you advice. I don't fucking know anything. I don't know what I'm doing with my own life. Like the messages that come through my readings, it's not me. It's coming through the cards. It's coming through the energies. I'm an intuitive reader. I'm like a channel. Like, don't see me as like, I mean, sometimes I joke. I'm like, oh, I'm so good, but literally, I'm just reporting. I'm just the messenger. I'm just reporting what they tell me. So like nothing. Like very humble teacher here. So when light, focused, clear, bright, remains a student. When dark, self-serving, envious of youth, righteous, rigid. Go deeper, the riddles of Zen masters and their students. Although it's typically true that parents are our initial teachers, the child will eventually seek a mentor figure outside of the home to assist their growth. That's interesting because you had like the eternal child and the orphan. Although it's typically true that the parents are our initial teachers, the child will eventually seek a mentor figure outside of their home to assist their growth. So that's almost like when we're raised in a certain environment, certain scripture, certain we're in a bubble. This is looking like a bubble for me now. So it's like your parents are your initial mentors, your initial guides. They teach you right from wrong, perhaps, or imprint their worldview, their religion, their traditions, their beliefs onto you. And then as you grow, especially in teenage years, you start to question things a lot more. You start to think outside the box more. You start to question the rules, question authority, really kind of start to form your own mind, your own opinions based on outside factors. And the more, what is it, Piaget? I want to say it's Piaget, Piaget. I think it is. I've got a memory like a sieve, but it was a kind of a philosopher. He has this theory of childhood development, and he talks about, if it's the right one, if it's the one I'm thinking of, he talks about there are different stages of development, and you kind of, the more perspectives you feed into a child, the more able they are to start to form their own opinions and have a kind of intelligence where they're able to kind of juggle different factors. So not surprising this Libra card is here then, because it's a very Libran energy to be able to not only see black and white, but see all the colours in between. They're very good at holding multiple conflicting opinions in the head at any one time. So it could be that you're dealing with somebody like this, where they are, or it could be you, it could be somebody that you're dealing with. It could be this mentor figure that's opening up this new way of thinking, where it's like, where it's like a sudden realization that, oh, actually, I don't have to believe in one thing. It's not that one religion is correct and all the others are wrong. Perhaps they're all correct, or perhaps, what is it? This and that are true. Is that another tarot card? I've got that from somewhere. This and that are true. Everything is true, and everything is false, and you can believe everything and nothing at the same time. It's very universal energy. The void and the reality, the yin and the yang. Again, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like, everything's gone very, very philosophical all of a sudden. I was getting like planetary movements and stuff in yesterday's reading. This and that are true, and nothing is true. Everything and nothing is true. They're giving me, there is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Believe in me, because I need something to believe in. I think somebody's believing in you. It's like, give me something to cling on to here, because everything that I knew is suddenly wrong. Everything that I thought was a fact is suddenly wrong. Everything is called into question. It's like it's like Indiana Jones. I don't know if you've seen the fourth one. Everybody really criticized it, but at the end it's kind of like they go and seek this knowledge, and this girl's like, I'm ready for this knowledge, like to get all the knowledge of the universe from these aliens. Or it's like Lilu from The Fifth Element. Like she reads all of the information, and all of a sudden she's like overwhelmed because she has all this overwhelming knowledge, and it's like, well, it's not just bad. It's not. They show me my stepmother is an alien as well, so all these different film references coming through. Perhaps somebody's a film student or something. It's like you've always had one page of the book, so you felt very, very safe because you knew that book off by heart. You know all the words from that book. You know how the dialogue goes. You know the correct thing to say in response to a certain question. But all of a sudden, somebody's given you the whole book, not only the whole book, but a whole encyclopedia of books, and it's like there's so much more. And it's not that what you believed was wrong in any way. It's just that there's so much more. Like everything's so much bigger than you ever imagined. There's so many more opportunities than you ever imagined. Perhaps that's why you're getting this kind of like rebirth energy of feeling like a butterfly that can finally spread its wings and fly, because perhaps you felt stunted in a way, or perhaps you didn't even realize you were stunted inside that shell. It's like you've outgrown the shell. You've outgrown the shell. And you've realized that you can go anywhere now, or maybe you don't even need the shell anymore, and you can go anywhere. You're free. It's like the whole world, the whole universe is suddenly there. You can move without this heavy burden of having to carry your home on your back everywhere you go. There's a vulnerability there, though, so be careful. Okay, right. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to pull some more cards on this. So they wanted me to use this deck before this deck for some reason today. So we'll see what we get from this. Go on then, tell me more. Whoa, they absolutely flew out. And I feel like that's what you're doing, like flying out. Definitely a student energy. There's more to learn. Yeah, brilliant. Glad it's in the upright. Like amazing, beautiful, expansive energy. Like amazing. You may be ready to like fight for what you want now. You may be feeling like you can take on the competition. There's a sense of fighting to ascend. It may be like you're going for a certain job or an opportunity, you need to fight off the competition, or that you're just above the fighting. The Five of Wands is a card about conflict, conflict of interest, they're telling me. And it's like you're above it now. Do you know what it's like? It's like perhaps you're the sort of person, Nine of Cups on the underlying as well. Beautiful energy, Cancer. It's like maybe you're the sort of person who you'd be on social media and you see people talking politics or religion or, some rubbish about what's in the news. And you might get quite annoyed by that and feel like you've got to go in and sort of like explain. Did you hear the crows? I looked out the window. There was a massive one. There's one on the roof as well across. Right, there's something going on here. Can you hear them? Okay, definitely something going on here. This is big energy, Cancer. If this is you and you're doing this, it's amazing. So it's like you're on social media. The crows, that's what the crows are. The crows are all the people cawing on social media like, my opinion's right. No, my opinion's right. You're stupid for having that opinion. All those kind of like, no, oh my God. It's like I don't know if you can still hear them. Like, oh. It's like those crows pecking your head. But it's like, so loud today. So it's like I don't have to engage in that anymore. I don't have to. They're distracting you. They're the distraction, right? They're the distraction from. This is very similar to Santaro's reading. She's just done Capricorn's reading. It's coming through exactly the same way. Seriously, can you hear them? They're so loud. You're reaching for that fire, right? Look at that, how well that fits together. You're up here reaching for this fire, reaching for this goal, you're focused on this task, whatever this is for yourself. All these crows, all this social media nonsense, all these daft opinions, it's just a distraction. It's just distracting you from your goals. So keep focused on what's important. Don't engage in arguments or fights or conflicts because it doesn't matter. This and that are true. Everything is true. So therefore you can release it and let it go and focus on what speaks to your soul and your truth and what's right for you. Don't try and save the world right now. It's not about everybody else. It's about, and saving the world, brilliant. You can do that another day. But right now, this is about you. Getting to that place where you're strong. You're Nine of Cups. You're good on your own. There they are, look. There they are, pecking your head. Five of Swords. That's like verbal conflict, opinions, arguments, differences of opinion. It's saying free yourself from it. Don't be distracted by the crows, right? And the crows are these people who have thoughts and opinions that are trying to distract you and hold you back. You need to be in Nine of Cups energy right now. You need to be strong on your own, happy on your own, successful on your own. It's not the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is here. Yeah. This is oh my God. Right. Okay. Get rid of those. We don't want those. We're done with those. They're not distracting us anymore. Yeet. I can't believe this. You've got the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. There's such good energy here. The Nine of Pentacles is happiness, it's emotions, being emotionally happy on your own, not being codependent, knowing what makes you happy, knowing what speaks to your soul, being true and authentic to yourself so that you don't have to take on the energies of other people. You're good on your own, happy on your own, you know your truth. The Nine of Pentacles is independent, financially, tangibly, materially independent. You've got all the tools that you need to stand on your own 2 feet. You can take care of yourself. You can put a roof over your own head. You can put food on your own table. You've got. If you don't have that now, you have the ability to do that. Don't know if you noticed the sound has changed. Ring true, perhaps this is ringing true. So I saw them as singing bowls, the ring of a singing bowl. Perhaps you have a singing bowl, or you could do with getting one. Yeah, so you may, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're working with other people, whatever your connections are to everybody else, this is like, it's not saying that you have to be, it's not like saying if you're happily married that you have to go and get a divorce and be independent. That's not what this is saying. This is saying whatever your connections are with other people, you need to have the ability to not be codependent, to have an independent soul, a strong soul, so that you can stand on your own 2 feet. You know what is right for you. You know where your focus lies, and don't worry about other people. You know, it's their job to worry about themselves. It's not your job to worry about everybody else. It's your job to look after you and get to this sun energy. So look at the gorgeous freedom here. Look at it. Because when you get this and when you get this, you know, you can be in relationships with other people, but they're really, really healthy and happy. Because if you have your Nine of Cups and Nine of Pentacles and you meet somebody else who's like that, then you're not codependent, you're not needy, you're not clingy, you're not like, oh my God, what happens if this person leaves me? My whole world will collapse, oh no. You're strong, you're strong, and then you're meeting with another strong person, and then it's like a power couple then, you see, rather than being two needy people who are with each other. So, it's like that's powering. Like you see the sun rays behind her? Like, that's just gorgeous, beautiful energy. This is Leo energy. Could be dealing with a Leo. You could have Leo placements. This is water sign energy. This is earth sign energy, but it's not major arcana. So another earth sign energy up there. So up here we've got the student. So this is an ongoing process. This is something that you need to continuously do. You need to continuously work on yourself. You need to learn. This isn't something that happens overnight. You wake up and you're like, oh, I can do it now. I can be independent. I can be strong on my own. It's something that you have to keep learning. There's going to be obstacles to overcome. There's going to be things that distract you from this. So it's an ongoing process, but it's like, don't get distracted. Focus on your soul, on your passion, because that is going to lead you true. Just 1 second, because I think I actually do genuinely. Yeah, Grandad David's here, so I'm going to go and say hi, and then I'll be back with you in a minute. There we go. Shout out Grandad David for being the hero we don't deserve. So it's an ongoing process. You're going to be there's going to be hurdles in your path. But you know, you're looking quite sporty there. I think you're ready to jump over those hurdles and take them in your stride, especially if you keep true to this core passion, this core like your own truth. Like if you keep your own truth, your own passions, your own goals, your authenticity at the core, and always make choices based on what's right for you, or what you know is right, then, and don't let those voices, those opinions of others come into disrupt you from your path. I think you're going to be really, really good. You're going to overcome those hurdles. So let's line these up like this. The Eight of Cups there, though, in the underline now. So you may need to walk away from things that don't emotionally serve you. She looks like she's walking towards that King of Pentacles there. But yeah, getting stuck in your head, those crows, that's what's coming in between you and your goals, I would say. King of Pentacles could represent you as well, kind of leveling up from this Page of Pentacles energy, going into something that's very, very grounded and stable and secure, very nurturing energy. So that could be your goal, that could be where you're heading. Because you do this work, where you work on yourself, you become very, very stable later on. So do you want to tell me anything, about the Nine of Cups? Don't block your own happiness. The Two of Swords, sorry, the Two of Swords is a card about not using your intuition or needing to use your intuition to make a decision. It's kind of like traditionally the person has the sword crossed against the chest. I'm also noticing though that you're showing with a sword, so you could be crossing swords with somebody else. I am picking up on that conflict energy of the cards that I yeeted. So yeah, you could be crossing swords with somebody else about your happiness. You could be facing opposition to your happiness, but I think you're strong enough to be authentic and to keep your goals and your focus in sight. Don't let the opinions of others hold you back. Take their advice. It could be well-meaning advice. You can listen, you can take it on board, but don't let it get in your head. Trust your gut, trust your intuition. The person on this card is normally blindfolded, which indicates that with the back to water, so they're using their intuition, their emotions to help them make a decision when they can't actually see the next step almost. Yeah, coming through is quite Libran energy. I don't know if you've got a strong Libran placement, or it's just that there's planetary action in your sign right now. In your chart, perhaps you've got a lot of planets in, like, I don't know. I don't understand astronomy very well. I try and look it up. I'm kind of, studying it myself to kind of understand things, but I'm definitely still a student. Nine of Pentacles. Excuse me. Anything else on the Nine of Pentacles? Nope. Anything else on the Sun? Okay. Interesting again. I don't know if you've got strong Gemini placement. Perhaps you're on the cusp of Gemini. They had this thing, Gemini, about almost like harnessing 4 points, like the sky and the earth and the east and the west, like the points of a compass, or kind of like keeping them in this kind of perfect symmetry, like all the cogs moving, nothing's pulling too far away and nothing's getting too close together. There's kind of like this kind of universal dance going on at the moment. The Four of Pentacles, you've got two cards here about unblocking, and they're both with these nines, I would say. And I mean, I did ask about the Sun, but I think this is what leads to the Sun. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. It's like ultimate freedom. Freedom of the soul, freedom of your authentic self, freedom to be who you are. So in order to do this, you need to unblock the route to your own happiness and tangible material comfort. The Four of Pentacles is a card about shielding, blocking, having your shields up, but this is like dropping your shields in a situation. It can be a card about being greedy, so it could be telling you to be a little bit more generous. Don't cling. It really is coming through. It's like, don't be clingy to anything. Don't be clingy to emotions, to people. Don't be clingy to possessions. Learn to let it flow a little. Let it flow a bit more freely. Drop your defenses. Give in order to receive. Don't overgive. Don't overtake. Keep that balance. The Sun card here, which is again the happiest card in the deck, with the Hierophant card in reverse. Again, these crows are coming through for you today, symbolizing people who peck your head. They get into your head. They the thoughts, their opinions, you putting too much weight on them. I think you have to kind of, it's really coming through as like, be yourself, be authentic, be who you truly are at your core, and that's going to give you a lot of strength, because the Hierophant card is about traditions, rules, the status quo, the powers that be. It can be fathers, it can be workplaces, bosses, church, anything that's kind of like an authority, an establishment. So it can be female or male or whatever, but it's almost like it's keeping hold of this key that's like unlocking this knowledge, right? It's almost like trying to hold you back. It's like, no, you can't go out of that door, because they have opinions and thoughts. It's like saying, this wasn't how you were raised. Someone could have said this to you. This wasn't how you were raised. This wasn't the this isn't your culture. This isn't the traditions that we brought you up with. This isn't our belief system. Like, where's this come from? And it's like, no, well, you only taught me this one path. you only taught me that I only had these options. It's like you only opened one door for me, when I never realized that there was 100 doors I could open. And I've opened some of them, and I've looked inside them, and I've actually decided that they speak to my soul more than, this original path that you had me on. So it's having the ability to be free from anything that felt like it was restrictive, anything that felt like it was controlling, anything that felt like there were traditions that didn't that match your belief system. It's been free from that. Now, that's not to say that you have to bring that down or reject it, or in any way be vengeful towards it. You can just let it go. Let them believe what they want to believe, and you go and live your authentic truth. It really is like let go, move past it. And you can do that with respect and with love. It doesn't mean you have to turn your back on family members, perhaps, or you can say, okay, you do you, I'll do me. We can go out, we can have meals together, we can have Christmas together. But if you're going to start criticizing me, I'm walking out the door, because that's not what I'm here for. That's not what I need from you. Do you see what I mean? It's like, I love you, I respect you, I respect that that's your truth, but it's not my truth. And if you're going to come at me with and tell me that I'm wrong, then you're putting your imprint on me, and I have my own imprint. I have my own. Their soul isn't your soul. Their life isn't your life. So they can live their life however they want to, but you're going to do what you want, is effectively it. And you can do that. You can say that to people. I love you, but if you're going to criticize me, I'm out of the door. I'll come back another day when you're not coring, right? Page of Pentacles. High Priestess, there you are, Cancer. High Priestess, typically Scorpio energy, very, very positive Scorpio energy, actually, which is nice to see, because I get some awful Scorpio energy sometimes in here. Could definitely be dealing with the Scorpio then, with the Judgment card there. The Hierophant, just to say, is kind of Taurian energy. I think it's Taurus, can be Capricorn energy because of that Saturn placement. High Priestess, Scorpio energy, but very, very watery energy. So it could be any of the water signs, including Cancer. It's very, very spiritual. This is really you rejecting old belief systems and opening up to your own belief systems, using your intuition, finding your own path, your own connection to spirit. It's almost like, as a historical example, the change from Catholicism to Protestantism. Now, I don't want to kind of open up any kind of emotional wounds, because I know that there's still some conflicts in some part of the world between these two energies. It was very turbulent when this happened, but historically, and I'm talking sort of like Henry VIII sort of times, going back to the kind of the root of it. What is it? I want to say Martin Luther was the person who brought it about in Europe, in sort of, I think it was just before Henry VIII's reign, and then Henry VIII kind of drew on it in order to convert England from Catholic to Protestant. But it's like, and again, I don't want to bring religion into it too much, but it's the example that I'm being given. At the time, again, things change. At the time, the church had a lot of power, and they were very controlling, and it was almost like they were between people and God. So the way that the people brought Protestantism forward, again, I'm talking history here, so put any kind of current political things at the door. I'm not interested in those kind of discussions right now, but from a historical perspective, facts and figures, they changed they put the power into the people's hands. They said, right, okay, we're going to reject this authority, and we're going to there was a huge boost in literacy as well at this time, because people had Bibles at home. They didn't have to go to the church to connect to God. They could have a direct link to God, and so people had Bibles at home, which improved literacy. There was a big explosion in writing and books because of this. So again, this is also like a university random stuff that I picked up on. So this is how it's coming through. It's like rejecting, and this could be any belief system. It doesn't have to be even religion. It's just some kind of status quo that you've rejected because you're learning more about the world. You're this student of the world, student of the universe, where you're going to be like, well, I'm going to follow the path that is right for me. I'm going to choose the connections that I feel are authentic. What can I feel spiritually? It could be like you're seeing signs and synchronicities, number patterns, repeating strange things. Like, for example, there's a Welsh train station. It has a really long name. Llanfair, blah, 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 go, go, gok. That's all I know. The beginning and end. Really, really long place name. And out of the blue, somebody mentioned this. And then out of the blue, somebody else mentioned the same thing, like within 24 hours. So it's those kind of synchronicities of, oh, okay, I'm seeing something very unusual being mentioned, but I'm seeing it mentioned several times in a certain space of time. So it's that kind of thing, which perhaps gives you a more authentic link to your truth. Now, my truth, definitely feeling some sort of connection to some sort of universal energy, whatever name you want to put on that. And I get it a lot through songs. I can ask a question, randomize a song, and get an answer in the song. And it's like the opening line will give me my answer. And it's crazy. It really feels crazy how it happens, but it does it so much that I genuinely believe in it now because I've evidenced it with my own eyes. It's not something somebody's told me is correct. It's something that I've, if you want to talk science, right? How many times do you call it a coincidence before you say, no, there's got to be something more to this? It's not just chance. There's rhyme and reason to it. So there could be something like this for you here. It's interesting as well that they've both got this kind of circular pentacle or crystal ball here as well. But it's empowering, right? You're showing us this tiger now, so there's empowerment here. Really, really strong but gentle. This tiger isn't attacking. It feels like a nurturing tiger to me today. Okay, let's see what else we have. Do you have anything from this deck that you'd like to communicate with us today? Anything from this deck? Thank you. The Magician there. There you go. There's that maverick energy that I was telling you about. So I may read that card depending on what other cards we have coming out here. Oh my goodness, the Empress and the Eight of Materials. I saw the Eight of Materials in the pre-shuffle actually, but I was listening to another signs reading, so I didn't think it was relevant. I was thinking about another one that I'd listened to, so I thought I didn't want to confuse the energies. I thought it was probably about something else. The Empress and the Eight of Materials, brilliant, beautiful. Look at this card. Look at the expansiveness of this card. This is like very, very strong, empowered feminine energy. This really is like the Empress doesn't need anyone else. It's not that she's like the hermit. It's not that she takes herself away from situations. It's that she's not needy, she's not clingy, she's got no codependency. She can stand on her own 2 feet, she can look after herself, she can make things happen by herself. She knows her authentic truth. Look at her heart shining, all this, like the light shining here, the sun behind her, the universe shining out from her heart. Tell me that is not a direct link. A direct link between the universe, God, whatever you want to call the higher powers, and your heart space. That is amazing. It's like truly like expansive heart love energy, so open, so much growth and potential there. Gorgeous. And it's with the High Priestess. So this is like a goddess on earth. This is a goddess. This is the highest mortal energy you can have. This is beyond that. This is spiritual energy. So this is very, very empowered energy coming through this reading. It's amazing. But again, Eight of Materials, this isn't something that happens overnight. Somebody doesn't flick a switch and it's like, oh, I'm an Empress now. You're going to move in and out of Empress energy. You're going to move in and out of High Priestess energy. It's something that you're going to keep working on. You're going to keep improving. It's going to be like, sometimes you're going to stumble and fall. Sometimes you're going to hit blockages in the road, but the more you connect to that intuition, that heart space, that spiritual link that you have with whatever belief system works for you, the more you are going to rise, the better you're going to get at this. It's like anything. You don't learn to ride a bike by like in an instant. It takes time, it takes practice. you know, and sometimes even the best bike riders, if you watch Tour de France, sometimes the best bike riders, they still wrap up, they still fall off. But, you know, it's learning how to get back up and how to keep persevering. And it's like, even when you fall, there's a lesson in that, because learning how to fall, they're giving me, is that a Bon Jovi song? Learning how to fall, it's like learning how to fall and pick yourself back up. It really feels like a continuation from that Gemini reading I was doing yesterday now, or it's like there's a lesson in falling, there's a lesson in failure. Somebody else had that as well. Finding the beauty in failing, because it's like, well, that taught me a lesson, I'm not going to do that again. I've learned not to do that. Oh, I love it. It's brilliant energy. Okay, so the Magician, I think I'm going to read first. How long do I have? I've got a couple of minutes. I think I can make this. I think I can make it work. Well, it's open to the Empress. I open to the Empress, so I'll read that first. Nurturing energy, mothering love from the universe, Gaia and her divine femininity, fertility, healing, self-love, compassion, creating a path that is healing for yourself and for others, unbridled creativity. It's like, if you lead the way and you heal, you can teach others to do it. You can become the mentor, right? You can become the mentor. Because you've done it. Dripping with creation, the Empress strolls gracefully in her garden of ideas. She whistles tones of sacred geometry and spirals her voice into beautiful new patterns and timelines. Seeds spark, plants begin to shoot, and from somewhere across the distance she hears the voices of singing children who are dancing their futures to life. Smiling, she pulls her hood back and showers their paths with new energy. Planets, worlds, lives, and love spiral out auspiciously from her starseed core, and they spiral out to you. You can access this ancient creator energy and birth your creations from your most readily available source, love. You are made of this same fairy dust and shaped from the elements that originated from deep within her Big Bang heart. Use her musings to bring you your most exquisite visions into being. Her golden seeds are, after all, everywhere. Or wait, did you think those seeds were lemons? She muses. What a wonderfully perfect day to make some lemonade. So when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When you fall, take the lessons from it and get back on the horse. Bikes, horses, I don't know, what are you getting on? Whatever you're riding. Whatever you're riding, Cancer, it's okay with me. All the creative and all the dreams, bubbles and musings from earth, life full of creation she flows from the seams, spillings and brewings of birth. Fab. I'm going to stop and restart so I know exactly how long I have to read. Okay, 6 minutes. 6 minutes, we can do this. Let's go to the Magician next. Maverick, okay. A potent message for your creator magic, powerful manifesting abilities, forging your reality, connecting to the 4 elements, having latent talents and skills, creativity, steering clear of manipulation and the misuse of power here, right? Manipulation, misuse of power, steering clear of it. Time to seek good intentions, seeing truth versus illusion. Also to mention the 4 elements, right? 4 elements here. That must be what it is. I was getting these 4 points yesterday in Gemini's reading. It's like all the elements, this universal power in perfect balance. Perhaps there's an imbalance and you're correcting it. Alchemical incantation. Reaching up, the magician weaves and spins her reality into form. With magic from the ethers and determination in hand, she wields all the potential of the cosmos. She reminds you that you too have all you need to bring your desires into form. The 4 elements support this journey, so she steps onto the strings of her magic loom to bring its essence into reality. With sound, heart, and thought vibration, she promises to weave a better world. A divine luminescent substance forms between her hands. It always comes so quickly when her intention is to create something healing for others, something transcendent and totally rooted in love. She invites you to welcome a state of trance in order to tap into the liminal spaces of your creative potential, to feel and to know your desire and your end goal, and to draw down all the energetic materia to make it real. Give it form, pattern, colour, shape, and so it is. Incantation manifesting, faith and action, breath and resting. With my heart as in love, I hold the mirror of as above. Okay. As above, so below, right? This is what I envision when I tune into the energies, by the way. I envision this link to the sky and to the earth, sort of like a tree with the branches reaching up into the sky and the roots burying down into earth. Right, let's read the 8 of materials. Noticing as well, both of these cards carry this meaning of helping others. It's like being strong, getting in. It's not that you want to rule the world. You don't want to be the queen or king, you know. It's that you want to make yourself strong and in a position where you're able to help others, to help others connect with that empowerment energy. It's very, very cool, actually. Working and perfecting your craft, an artisan, taking pride in a job well done, building skill over time, mastery, being an expert, dedication and pride, not cutting corners, effort versus laziness and sole purpose. Prompt, whistling destiny. She spins her roses with the proficiency of a master weaver, stringing together their beauty and her craftsmanship in a tale of success and satisfaction. Finding flow in work and taking pride in the task, in the life and breath of this muse. She helps seekers stay the course as they persist and persevere in order to build the skills they need. Your body of experience will be necessary to live the life of your dreams. Your consistency and your patience matter. Your efforts, your mastery, and your hard work matter. Every time you seek to improve your creation, it matters. Continue to build and expand. This muse can get so caught up in her spinning roses that she can forget to take a break. So take time to smell the flowers, sweet spinner. Wasn't that what I was saying right at the start of the reading, where it's like, make sure when you're writing your jobs list that you factor in time for you. Factor in time to rest, relax, have fun. Okay, you're talking about The Sims now. You have motives, you have needs. Fun is definitely one of those needs, right? So you need to keep all your motives high, all your needs high, in order to keep persevering, to keep that energy, that strength to keep going. An idea coming to life right here, a soul-driven trade. Spirit wants its plan unleashed and heart wants something made. An unsaid vow of bartered truths, with both sides winning most. The delicate exchange of muse and maid, an idea and her host. I think that, I don't know if it was you, somebody a while back got a message through that the universe wanted them to create something, to craft something. They had some kind of purpose. And it's like, you know how I was saying I get messages through songs? It's like sometimes there's a song and you hear it and it like fires something inside of you, sparks something inside you, where it's like you have this revelation moment, or you have this idea or a new way of thinking, and it's all because of like this artist that randomly wrote this song once upon a time. But that song has, in that moment, is like hugely important to you. And so I feel like you're going to do this. There's something that you're working on, and it may feel quite small, but it's got of divine importance to somebody else. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it and keep focused on that goal, because maybe Spirit's trying to guide you, because it's really important, whatever it is that you're doing. Right, quickly, let's get one more card for you. It's in the reverse, no place like home. So I'm going to read the protection message. I'm going to pause while I find it. Very quickly, just to say, it was 555 on the timestamp there. Protection message. There are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we all look for certainty for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find a home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right... Okay, trying to keep going. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is really what feels familiar, and you will attract and be drawn to the very things that you don't want anymore. The time will not be different unless you do something different. Okay, Cancer, I really hope that was helpful to you. I've just got a couple of seconds that I've squeezed out of this so that you can pause that and read it at your own speed, because I definitely raced through that there. Best of luck with that. I will see you again soon. Love to you. Cancer, take care. All right, bye guys.